So today's a pretty exciting day. Today sees the release of the first single from the upcoming Rundown Hill album that's going to be released later this summer. So I've never released a record like this before where I've done it incrementally, putting out singles. I think maybe with the Kilborn EP, when we did that, we released one video each week, you know, kind of blasting out the social media and whatnot, and for, you know, whatever response that we garnered from that. But this is slightly different in the sense that we're actually having the distributor deliver the tracks to Spotify and other platforms in this sort of sequential format, starting today with the very first video for Rock and Roll Ain't a Rhythm. So I'm super stoked, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys take some time to check it out. The artist, Claudio Gerardo, my good friend from Toronto, I think that he just did a bang-up job on this artwork, and I did my best with the motion comic editing, so certainly anxious to kind of hear from everybody their thoughts on the song and on the video. I wanted to give a little sort of brief description about what this record is kind of about. There are a couple things that stand out to me as being really important features why this record is significant. The first one being that back in 2019, I joined a songwriters conglomerate called Song a Day for a Month. My friend Alex Wan started this, and it started with just a few songwriters and has grown to a huge array of songwriters that participate. But the rules were for 2 months, January and July every year, you start each day fresh, a fresh song, brand new song. That means don't go back into your notes or your old recordings or your 4-track recordings and pull old songs and then try to rework them. Although the rules have kind of changed and become more flexible. Of course, you could go back and rework something if you wanted to, but that defeats the spirit behind what this is. It's meant to put you through the ringer of starting with the fresh song every day and then finishing that and uploading it before midnight. Now, it could be as simple as just recording a couple of chords on your guitar or your piano, a nice chord progression, and record that as a voice memo on your phone. And you could upload that and say, this is my contribution for the day. And that would be excellent. And other people would take different strategies towards creating something each day. Some people just sit down and improvise on their instrument for a few minutes and upload that. That's part of the offering. For me, what I like to do is write as fully a realized song and record that as possible. And so I would multi-track everything and include guitars, drums, vocals, synthesizers and keyboards, other percussion instruments, etc., etc. Sometimes it'd just be full-on percussion compositions, kind of depending on where the muse took me that day. So I had asked Alex if I could join the club, if I could be part of Song a Day, and he invited me to come be a part of it. And so my first month was July of 2019. And hence that's the name of the record. The record's called 1920. And the title is referring to the fact that all of these songs were taken from Song a Day for a Month in July of 2019, April of 2020, and July of 2020. So in that 12-month period, that's where I selected these songs. Why April 2020? Well, we added that month. That was sort of our collective response to all the COVID lockdowns. That was really early on in the pandemic, and just sort of as a community, we decided we'd keep our own spirits uplifted by making music and sharing it with one another. So this particular song that came out today, Rock and Roll Ain't a Rhythm, was written on July 9th, 2019. And the rule that I had for this well, of course, you have to have it finished by midnight, because if you don't upload the song to the server by midnight, then you miss that day. And so that day you lose a song, and you can only upload one song each day. It's not like you could do 2 or 3 and try to upload your song count or something like that. Or I should say, increase your song count. You had to live with it. If you missed the midnight cutoff, then you missed a song that day. So the whole point was to work and to work quickly. You set timers for yourself, at the end of this 30-minute work period, like regardless of where the lyrics are, this is what they're going to be. I think a lot of people get stuck on writing lyrics. Certainly I have over the years. You agonize over lyric content and what you're going to be putting in the song because every word has to be perfect. Well, this format of Song a Day for a month, it really forces you to let go of these inhibitions and just get on with it. Because the truth of the matter is if today's song didn't go very well, write another one tomorrow. There's no guarantee that every song that you're going to write is going to be a good song. There's a lot of songs that you'll write that just don't pass your own standard of quality. But that's got to be okay. You have to be okay with that. And part of the spirit of Song a Day a Month is to let go of those inhibitions and practice letting go. And I think it's essential for any creative artist in any discipline to learn to let go of those insecurities and just simply embrace them as part of the process. You're on a larger journey, okay? And you get to decide the destination. You get to decide where this whole thing takes you. All right? That's the beauty of it. That's the wonder of music making and creation, right? Is letting go of those inhibitions. Now, that being said, once the song was written, for this album, I didn't go back and change anything. I think maybe I changed a total of about 3 lines of lyrics. There was one lyric in this song, Rock and Roll Ain't a Rhythm, that was a little awkward, so I just changed it so that it was more in line with the alliteration I used in other verses. That was really all. I changed one line in this song from July 9th of 2019. Now, the actual production process for this record took much longer, because within that, the song was written in a day, yeah, but the production and the final recording, I took my time on that. Absolutely, I took my sweet ass time. I got the players that I wanted to play with me on the record. Adam Levy, of course, a great bass player who's worked with me on a lot of records. And very, very happy to be working with Adam, and Adam is working with me now to get the live band together, which is really great. Nate LaPointe. Nate was a fantastic guitar player, added a really righteous guitar solo here at the end, and great comping throughout. My brother Will contributed a guitar track to this, which I'm really, really stoked about. I've always been looking for opportunities for my brother and I to make songs together, so any chance that I can get him to come over and play in a song is awesome. It's just awesome. And then I played everything else. Then I had a coalition. I put out an invite to anybody in the Song a Day a Month group if anybody wanted to contribute some backup vocals, because as you listen to the song, you hear when that chorus kicks in and everybody is singing that lyric. So there were about 6 people or so who wanted to get involved. Alex, Heather, Steve, Susanna, who else was in that? My wife Julie sings on that. Of course, my brother Will, his wife Jen. Am I forgetting anybody from this array? Don't let me forget this. I think that's everybody actually who contributed their voices to the chorus, so I'm really thankful to you guys for being part of that as well. And then this record, there's another aspect of it in the sense that I have been recording all of my own music since about 2011, 2012, so about the past 10 or 11 years or so. But this is the first record that I mixed myself. Usually I would go to another mix engineer, Scott Manzo, who's been a longtime friend and mentor, really helped me learn how to record, and he was instrumental in these mixing sessions. He would listen to things and give me some feedback. But I did mix this record here at my own studio. I went through a couple of upgrades in the early part of COVID. and really kind of got the studio dialed in. It's one of the other reasons it took me so damn long to get this record done. I must have crashed at least 3 computers on this and totally fried the motherboard. You know, I guess lesson learned for trying to hot rod my own computer and make the thing work faster. Big mistake, especially, well, I won't really go into that at this point, but I did fry, I think, 2 or 3 motherboards, and had to replace my entire system a couple of different times. So that's just sort of added to the production period here, why it took so long. So anyway, it's a very exciting day. I'm super stoked to have this single out. And over the next month, there's going to be some other content that's going to be coming up. You'll see more conversations like this just coming out here and rapping with you guys about what's going on, musically speaking, not just in my world, but in the world at large. And then updates about the record. You'll be seeing more things coming up soon. So, you know, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. It sure helps me out. You know, we're getting some pretty good action on this video today. Hoping to get some more. Go over to Spotify. You know, there's a lot of musicians down on Spotify. I kind of have mixed feelings about it, and probably we should address this on another video. I think more and more the technological advances that have been a boon to society in so many ways have actually not been good for independent musicians. And I think it warrants a longer conversation as to why I think this way, and perhaps what are some strategies that could be employed to help mitigate some of these issues. But at any rate, guys, enjoy the music. Thanks again for all the support. Check back often, put a comment down. You let me know what you think of the new music.